This is The Bert Show.
Well, what do we have here? Budding superstar, Baylee Littrell.
Four-wheel driving on some dirt. Mama's cooking after church. Maybe, just maybe you won't like it. So girl, don't knock it till you try it.
Last time we had Baylee and his family, Leighanne's here also, his mom. Last time we had you in studio, you had a hit song on your hands for 24 hours.
I did.
So Baylee is Brian Littrell from the Backstreet Boys' son. There will be a time where you won't have to be introduced like that.
There will be.
There will be. We're not there yet, though.
One day after this album.
I bet you can't wait.
So right after they were on the show with us, and we spent a lot of time with us, Baylee debuted his song with us, and it shot up the charts. What did we get to that day?
We.
I'm sorry, I missed your voice in that song. What part were you singing again?
I told you guys before, man, I was like being on the stock market. I was watching that thing go up and down the charts, and your mom and I are texting each other all day. It's up to 22. I saw it at 18.
we got all the way to 18, and then I think it stopped. But that was a good first run.
Boy, I'd say.
Yeah.
It was real good. So at that time, I said to Leighanne, how you doing, Leighanne?
Hey.
How are you?
Good.
I said, you know what would be really fun to do is kind of follow Baylee through this journey of really trying to make it in an industry. Because I think, how old are you now?
16.
16.
Yeah,
So
you were at his birthday party. Oh, no way. I got you.
It's a long story.
You know that single release party, that big birthday party
it was a
that
big
you
deal.
RSVP'd yes to?
Yeah.
Thank God we came because I wouldn't have known that he wasn't gonna.
I'm never going to live that down.
Never.
So he's 16 years old, and we thought, or at least I thought, everybody that's 16 years old thinks that it's just so easy. All you do is put a video out, and before you know it, you have 2 million subscribers, or you're flying all over the country, and it's so glamorous. But I would love to have you kind of represent exactly what the industry is behind the scenes that people don't see, because it's really, it's exciting for you at 16, but there have got to be some parts that aren't so glamorous, right?
Of course. Of course there's parts that aren't glamorous. The business side, of course, is the number one thing that just kind of gets you down. People denying you, telling you, yeah, well, I don't really like your song. I don't know if I want to play it. That is kind of like just drives a knife right into your heart.
Because it's so personal to you.
Yeah, it's your song,
And who tells you that? Is it a program director? Is it somebody at
it'll be program directors at, radio stations or things, because
It was actually only one so far, just so you know.
That's the only one you remember.
It's the one.
Right.
And I like him, but not the song so much. But so I'm like,
Do they tell you what about the song that they don't like, or they just say, I don't like it?
I think it wasn't, they didn't find it. And so if they can say they didn't, they don't like it, but they're going to eventually play it. Everybody's going to play it.
So it's politics.
Yeah.
You feel that way
Yeah.
too? It's like, right?
definitely.
Huh. How do you go around that? I think it's one of those things that if it just starts building, right, then, because I've always felt like the radio industry is just like we're lemmings. One major station plays it, then all of a sudden everybody's on it, right?
Well, speaking of you playing it, we can't go anywhere now. He keeps getting recognized. We were just in, what's the Italian restaurant?
Vincenzo's. It's in Woodstock.
Near Joe's. And they had a fit when Baylee walked in. She printed off his picture. I saw you on the Bert show, or I heard you and saw you. And can I have your autograph? It was great.
That's fine.
Great. So thank you for that.
So what have some of the other frustrating things, like, do you at 16 years old sit down in front with contracts in front of you now and actually understand what they mean? Or do you have a group of people around you going, okay, I'm going to speak to you like you're a 16-year-old and trying to break it down for you?
Of course.
Yeah.
That is a little bit overwhelming. I sometimes think I don't have a job. I'm like, well, my friends have jobs at work at this place or this place. I'm like, oh, I do have a job. It's just, it's very different. It is hard to kind of wrap my head around sometimes, but then growing up in it, it's not as difficult as someone starting out.
Yeah, having your dad Brian there. He must be taking you by the hand every step of the way, right?
Of course, and my mom.
Yeah.
Always. Yeah.
The shady stuff.
Yeah.
It was the shady stuff.
Can you identify the shady stuff as soon as it happens now?
Absolutely.
You've been around
Yeah.
around a while.
long time.
Yeah. So what's the next step then?
The next step is finishing this album that's coming up next week. I'm going to Nashville, going to record 6 songs. Then I think probably sometime in March we're going to try to schedule one last trip and get the rest knocked out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Start
and
preparing.
CMT is going to
premiering Don't Knock It, the music video next week.
On the 30th.
Oh, that's super exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Where did you film the music video?
We filmed it actually at one of our houses.
Yeah?
At where the Sweet 16 was. Yeah.
That Bert missed.
Oh,
Yeah.
that one. No, I've been there. I've been to the house. Just not that night.
We had a big cozy couch in there you could watch the game on.
Next season.
You were at my house. You weren't at the event house.
Dang it.
And then he was going to show up at my house for the party. Yeah.
I would have been so drunk. It would have been ugly. You're glad I didn't.
Flip-flops.
As the parent, like, are there times where you just have to coax him along? And because I'm imagining at 16 when you're hearing adults say, you know what, the song is not right for me. As a mother, how do you separate yourself from the personal side and the business side from it?
Oh, well, I do that pretty easily, I guess, because I've been in it for so long. But he'll get down on himself. Like, he'll go from loving even the picture of the single. He loved it, then he hated it. Because you start, y'all being in the business, people pick you apart or you pick you apart and you see each other, and at 16, you don't have a grasp yet. You don't really have a grasp of, how to stay strong. So he does a pretty good job of it. But, when you start doubting yourself, then you hear the song or maybe I didn't sound so great. So we're his backbone. And sometimes I'll just say, buddy, you're going to have to suck it up, and you do. And then sometimes, you can coax him, but I don't want him to be a sissy. I want him to, come out of the gate. And we've had our issues. Fans have their opinions, which you guys all know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that's another thing. It's kind of almost like tabloidy, trying to you can't please everybody. And I think that'll be your number one thing that you need to learn.
What have fans kind of rejected, or what have they said when they're listening to your music or whatever, or have they been critical about?
Well, let's see. Nobody's really been critical about the song that I know of, other than comments that basically our diehard fans take care of themselves. We literally have we call it the Backstreet Army, and they just kind of attack anybody that attacks us.
Very protective.
Oh yeah. But really, it was this music video. It was the whole deal with one of my best friends played the girlfriend in the music video.
Mm-hmm.
His love interest.
Yeah, my love interest in the music video, and my girlfriend wasn't playing this love interest. So when the fans saw this, they don't think about it as this is strictly business. This is just a job. They kind of freaked out. We have fan accounts just for our relationship, me and my girlfriend's relationship. So there's this one's they're gonna get married and have 3 kids, and then she posts how dare you have another girl in this video. So I just hit her back. I'm like, look, this is strictly business, and you're gonna have to understand, and I don't have time to just defend myself constantly. But that kind of ate at me for a little bit, because it was just kind of come on,
They didn't feel like it was authentic because she wasn't your love interest in it?
Yeah, it was they were so bothered, and of course I had to kiss the love interest in this music video, which you'll see.
Mm-hmm.
And they flipped a lid. I mean, there was at least 20 fan accounts that were freaking out about this music video, and I'm like, it is business. It literally, that's all it is.
Right.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, if I was ever talented enough to do a music video, my husband would not be my love interest. Hi, Zac Efron. I'm just putting that out to the universe.
That is an unnecessary fight. I don't even know why you had to volunteer.
Why would you do that?
I just wanted to throw that out there. I have his back. You know what I mean? It is. It's art. It's not everything doesn't have to be real.
Right.
Yeah.
Did your girlfriend want to be in it, or did you guys have a very specific conversation, and how did that go when you said, I'm doing a video, I got to kiss a girl, and that girl is not you?
I have to say it was hard to deal with at first. It was hard for her to deal. It was just the whole editing process as well. I mean, think about if we have to retake something. She's not near to just come back and get the shot again. So that was a big deciding factor. It was also, experience too. So my friend Amber has done things before. She's got jobs under her belt, so this was
clarify,
something
Amber
fast.
is your love interest in
In the
this
music
video.
video,
That,
right.
yeah, that she lives in Georgia. His girlfriend lives in New York. So, and she's also a little bit not shy. She's shy, and
She's shy,
she doesn't like to be the center of attention. So that was another thing. I was like, girl, we got a day. We got a day to do this before everybody leaves town. So
you talked to her as well.
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
In New York
Yeah.
and Georgia. So she flew down to watch it.
Oh, yeah,
so
she did.
actually had. And I said to her, "That's how I met my husband." You got to think about it.
Right.
But she. Again, she's 16. So I just said, "You're gonna this is hard." He's gonna probably do film eventually, and you know what that's like. So trusting each other. Believing in each other, you have to trust both ways, and it was hard. But she was there. She watched the kids painstakingly. But she
came, and that
was a trooper.
That was the biggest thing. That meant so much to me. The fact that she just came to support. Like
what you call support, I don't know. It might be. I don't know about support.
spying, hovering.
I call it very, very smart. Very, very smart.
She's staring her down.
So the video debuts on CMT when?
The 30th of January.
So exciting.
Excited.
Yeah.
All right, so Bailey's song again is called "Don't Knock It."
Four-wheel driving on some dirt. Mama's cooking after church. Maybe, just maybe you gon' like it. So girl, don't knock it till you try it. White lightning straight out the jar. Bonfires and blasting guitars. Maybe, just maybe you gon' like it. So girl, don't knock it till you try it. And try it with me.
I'm pretty sure you're going to leave a wake of fired program directors behind you at some point that didn't add that song when the rest of the country did. Hey, congratulations on everything that's happening, you guys.
Thank
Thank you so much.
All right, we'll talk to you soon, okay?
All righty.
This is The Bert Show.